first Instagram interview in person.
Well, great. It's a joy. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for coming out. I look at your Instagram daily, and you inspire me daily.
Thank you.
And now we're here to talk about this journey that you've been on. I want to know all about it. I want to know from the start to the current, all that good stuff, and everywhere in between. And we'll kind of talk and figure it out. This is Sheila's first podcast, by the way, folks.
It is.
So we're gonna ease her right in, and we're gonna hang out and have a good time.
Okay, awesome. Let's do it. So, just to give you a little bit of background information, like I said, I used to live overseas. I'm Iranian, so I'm from Iran. I moved here when I was 6 years old with my family.
Right on.
And I was a very, very small, tiny, thin child.
Okay.
I was not overweight. I wasn't born overweight. And up until 6 years, I was good. And I would say, really, when I came to America, getting introduced to, like, the amazingness of Burger King and McDonald's. And, you know, it's like we used to go to McDonald's and they would give us toys. So you couldn't just get one Happy Meal. You wanted another one and another one, right?
Of course.
So it kind of all started from there. And, you know, getting introduced to Bagel Bites was amazing.
Oh,
and
my
then
God.
Barbecue sauce. And, you know, it was a lot of unnatural food that I didn't have back home. Back home, it's a lot more natural. Like, we do eat a lot of rice, a lot of bread.
Yes.
But the foods don't necessarily have, like, the hormones or the chemicals added to it like we eat here in America, unfortunately. So,
oh, my God. There's a lot of crap in the food here.
Exactly. Exactly. So I feel that not to say obesity runs in my family.
Yes.
I do have heavier family members, but my body was ready to hold on to the fat. So when I started introducing the foods that I shouldn't have, then, you know, it's like everything just stuck to me.
Sure.
Year after year, it got worse. You know, when I was younger, my mom was controlling it. She would cook home a lot. We would not eat out that much.
Right.
But when I hit college, all right, once I started college and started driving myself, I would go to McDonald's all the time. I would go to Burger King, go to Cheeseburger Factory, or what was it? Paradise's Cheeseburger or Cheeseburger Paradise? What
Cheeseburger in Paradise,
yeah. I would go with my friends all the time.
It's a great place.
Get those amazing burgers and french fries, yeah. So that's when I really started gaining majority of my weight, was when I hit college. Like, it wasn't like the college 15, all right? Mine was more like college 50 or 100.
Okay,
you know?
fair enough.
So
Because you're out on your own. I mean, you can kind of go wherever you want, whenever you want. That's kind of the one thing when I first started driving, and I drove very late in life. I didn't start driving until I was 28.
Okay.
And then once I had that power, right, to go wherever I want to go, like, it's like, well, holy crap, I want a McDouble with Big Macs. I can go right now. I can go get me 3 or 4 in a bag right now. My buddy and I, we used to play PlayStation 3. This was years ago now. Late at night, we'd get like 6 McDoubles a piece and just tear right through them while we're playing video games, you know?
Yeah.
So, no, I get what you're saying.
And Taco Bell's, like, we would all be hanging out late night. One person runs to Taco Bell's and brings home, like, 24 tacos.
Yes.
You got to finish all of it when there's 3 of you sitting there, you know?
And they're so small, too. Like, you can just gobble that stuff up.
But when I was younger, I didn't realize it as much. Like, you are gaining the weight, but you're not realizing how quickly you're gaining the weight.
Oh, my God, yeah.
And we're a little bit more active when we're younger, too, right? But as I got older and got older, you know, it's like I was like, okay, things are starting to get really uncomfortable. Now I'm having trouble, like, fitting in chairs. Now I'm having trouble fitting in booths. Like, I can't go and shop in, like, normal clothing stores. You know, it's like I have to continuously go to the plus size section. Now I can't even, you know, like, not many stores carried plus sizes back then. Not many, like, brands had it. So it was embarrassing going to, like, you know, plus size only stores and having to shop in there.
And let me ask you this: Did you have like one moment where you really realized, like, boom, it stopped you dead in your tracks? You realized, I have a problem now.
I will tell you that happened to me a couple of times.
Okay.
It wasn't just like once or twice. It's happened in the past. And
tell me about the first time, though.
The first time, I want to say, my mom, she's always been like a supporter of me. Like, she's always wanted the best for me.
Yeah.
She used to tell me all the time growing up, like, hey, you need to control you. And she used to give me incentives to, like, losing weight. It was so funny, actually. Growing up one time, there was a point in my life where if I wanted to have a donut, I would look at the donut and I would say, you might taste better than me, but I'm stronger than you and I'm not going to have it. You know, it's always been a problem that I've had. The point that I was getting ready to graduate college.
Okay.
At that point, I was like, wow, I'm going into the world, like the workforce. You know, it's like I can't find, and, exterior appearance does mean a lot, right? So at that point, I wanted to lose weight. I wanted to look good. I wanted to go and, go into my career feeling comfortable. So I tried hard. I lost weight. I lost 50 pounds. I gained it all back.
Yes.
I'm a very emotional eater.
Okay.
All right. Everything is surrounded around my emotions. So I'm happy, I eat. I'm sad, I eat. I'm depressed, I eat. I'm stressed, I eat.
Yes.
Everything triggers me wanting to eat. Like, I find comfort in it for some reason.
Yeah.
I know there are people who they can't eat when they're stressed. They don't eat when they're depressed. I'm the total opposite. And I wish I was a lot more like them. But this time around, it was New Year's Eve that really... kind of, seeing some pictures. Pictures are the thing that always motivates me,
Yes.
I don't feel as big as I actually am.
Oh, that makes so much sense.
Okay,
yes.
So I'm out with my friends. I look at them, they're beautiful, they're small, and they look great, and I feel great because I'm with them.
Yes.
I don't think that, hey, you're 4 times their size.
Right. Let me ask you this just a quick sidebar to that point, though. Did you ever have that thing where, and I know this happened to me, so I'm wondering if it ever happened to you. Did you ever happen where you have a friend take a photo of you because you're like, man, I'm looking good today, my hair is right, the outfit's right, and by the guy, as a guy saying, I know that sounds crazy, but I used to have those moments, spike up the hair, I'm like, oh, I'm having a good day, I should get a picture for whatever. But you ever have a friend take a photo for you, you thought you were looking really good, and then you looked at it and you're like, whoa. Mm-hmm. You ever had that moment?
You know which photos did that to me? It's the photo that I use for my face-to-face Fridays.
Okay,
where I'm looking to the side. That was actually Thanksgiving last year. My cousin took that picture. And then the one that I use at the Redskins game.
Okay.
So I felt great at both of those events.
Yes.
Especially Thanksgiving. I was dolled up. I was feeling good. When I saw those pictures, it was a big wow moment.
Stops you dead in your tracks,
exactly.
doesn't it?
There are some photos that I had gone to Skyline with a friend, and we were just driving around, stopped to take some pictures in a beautiful scenery, but every photo, I was like, wow, I cannot believe that's me.
Right. You were finding things to pick apart, essentially.
Exactly. And that's when I say, my mom's a motivator, and she's always the one that's she wants the best, and she's always telling me lose the weight. I wasn't listening. And then it's when you come and see those photos, and you're like, wow.
Yeah.
She's right. Mom is right. But other people, not to say anybody wants the bad for you.
Sure.
Nobody wants you to go through hard times or be overweight and unhealthy.
Yeah.
But people say, it's okay, just have it.
Yeah.
It's okay, have it. And all of those it's okay. I'm like, yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Mom, look, my aunt said it's okay. I can have it. I'm going to have it. And it's just, I understand now.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mom. I understand now, But I really do understand. And it was those photos. And there was one picture that my friend took of me at Skyline of me sitting on the little bench that they have, trying to take a selfie on Snapchat. I took maybe 50 selfies, and I could not find one that I felt good. You know?
You know what, though? It's I know, sometimes when I'd go back and look in the mirror, maybe just getting dressed for the day, right? And I'd say, oh, no, I look good. I feel almost what we see is different than what the reality is. When you see the camera, it shows you something completely different than what you see in your own mirror, which is, it really messes with your mind, I think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
My cousin's wedding was last week.
Right.
Okay, and I felt beautiful. I had a hard time finding the right dress to wear.
You look beautiful, I'll tell you that.
Thank you very much. But I had a hard time finding the right dress. It's with my makeup, my hair, everything, I felt good. I got a lot of compliments, a lot of them. I looked at the pictures this week, and I'm just like, wow. You know, it's almost no matter how much it's not good enough. We're always going to be our own worst critic. And I feel that I've worked a lot mentally during this journey, especially this year, to kind of teach myself that you can't compare yourself to other people.
No, you can't.
Sometimes I'll still fall, and I will. Honestly, I still will. But you can't. This is your journey. This is about you. You can't move at the same pace as somebody else does.
No.
It could be, for whatever reason, my body does what it does. Your body will do what it does.
Yeah.
So when I looked at those pictures, and I think I actually posted about it earlier this week, how it's I received the compliments, but I just didn't feel as good myself.
Sure.
But now I look at it, and I'm like, it's okay, because this is a motivator for you. This is going to motivate you to go to the next level. You've already done so much to this point. Just keep going.
Yeah.
Surprise yourself in another 6 months. Take another picture. And what I do is I look at my photos every single day. I look at my past photos every single day. And if I want to go to lunch with a friend, you know, it's like I mentally prepare myself, like, what are you doing? Why are you doing it? You know?
Right.
And that way, like, we're talking about, like, I need to get up and go to the gym.
Yes.
You don't have a choice. Like, you have to get up and go do it.
Exactly.
If it's not the gym, you have to at least go and walk. I promise you, and my coworkers would like confirm this. Like, I will get up from my desk and I'll just walk round and around in the office. You know? And they're just like, what are you doing? I'm like, I gotta get my steps in. I gotta get my steps in. When the weather was nicer, I would go and walk outside around the building.
Right.
Those are days that I couldn't necessarily get to the gym, you know?
That's so funny that you say that, because my boss, sometimes I would get up and go tell her stuff that I could literally, like, we use a program called Slack at work, or we use email, and she's like, you know, I'm like, I know I could have Slacked or emailed you this, but like, I just wanted to get my steps in. And she's been super supportive of my journey. She totally gets it. So she's like, no, I get it. And she's never mad that I got up from my desk, walked halfway across the office just to tell her something I could have easily typed. You know, like, so yeah, I get what you're saying about getting the steps in for sure.
And, you know, the old Sheila would probably be embarrassed. You know, I was very shy. I was very, very shy even growing up. And I don't like a lot of attention on me. But I feel that especially this year within this journey, I'm doing things that are out of my comfort zone because I know it's going to benefit me. You know, like, I would think like, oh, I'm so silly just going round and round walking in circles. But at the same time, I'm just like, I don't care anymore. You know, everyone's going to like judge you in one way or another, but you're doing something that's benefiting you. And you would actually be surprised the number of people in my office that now wear their Apple Watches or their Fitbits and are up walking around asking each other, are you walking? Are you not? A lot of my coworkers are now following my journey online, and they tell me all the time, you're motivating me. I'm back on because of you, you know? And that feels good because the way that I see it when I post online and the comments that I receive or the private DMs that I'm receiving from people, they're motivating me. So you don't realize that you're helping other people.
Yeah,
you know?
most people will not tell you that you're helping them.
Yeah.
I got a text one time from a guy that was just telling me, like, this is probably 2 months after I met the guy, and he's like, I've been following your journey, and I just started working out in the last 2 months, and like, this has changed my life. Like, you helped change my life. And I think sometimes we just don't realize it, because most people that you impact, they will not tell you this because, you know, maybe they're just shy or whatever. And I don't need that validation. I don't need people coming to me and say, you've changed my life. But I do appreciate it when they do tell me that. I mean, it means the world, and I'm sure you get the same thing because your journey has been very inspirational up until now.
Thank
you. You're continuing to crush it.
Right. Put yourself like a year ago. You know, it's like I've been on this journey for like a year. Just think of like back then, I know I'm overweight. I always have known. You know, instead of really realizing what it is that my body's going through, what my mind is going through, I was always private about it.
Yes.
I didn't like to be vocal. Like, it would get hurt when people would say stuff to me about like my weight or like lose weight or you should be active. It's an emotional thing.
Yes.
It's a very, very hard addiction, you know? And the same way that, you know, when I started my journey, I had people reach out to me and talk about the bravery. They're like, you're so brave for putting this out. Yeah. And this is what I'm going through. And I'm talking like, I'm not saying just a message, like a small, short message. I'm talking a long email of like, I've been going through this. And it's almost like you wrote every single thing that I've been going through. And I was just like, really?
Yeah.
I would have never guessed it. You know, it's like you look at people and you don't realize what they're going through in their mind.
Yeah.
You know, and I was the same. There were so many people. It's easy for people to say you need to work out. It's easy for people to say you need to eat less. But people don't understand what you're going through inside.
Exactly.
And that's why with the journey and what I'm doing online and putting like all my business out there pretty much is because I want other people who are going through the same thing that I'm going through to know that you're not the only one.
Yeah.
You know, your struggles and what you're dealing with daily, I've dealt with them and I'm still dealing with them. And I promise you, Gary, I'm going to lose like 200 pounds and I'm still going to have some emotional, you know, issues with my weight. Because, you know, I have friends who have lost the weight and they say it never goes away.
Exactly.
Some things never go away. And that's why it's very important that you work on your mindset. You have to work on the way that you think about life in general. You know, it's like, why are we losing the weight now? I'm 32.
Yeah.
Why have I been overweight until I reached the age of 32? Because now I'm dealing with a lot of physical pain. you know?
Oh, yeah.
And with that physical pain comes additional emotional pain that, like, you got yourself to this point. Why did you do this to yourself?
100%.
And you're the only person that's going to make a change.
Exactly. Now, speaking of making a change, when you first got started this year, because this is, you know, we were talking a little bit before we were doing like a podcast before the podcast, and we were talking about, you know, starting and stopping a couple of times before our current journeys, and what was kind of the thing that got you started on this most recent one. So that's part one of the question. And part two is like, what is it about this journey now that has kept you going and not stopped as opposed to previous ones?
The reason that I started is because of pictures.
Yes.
You know, we talked about pictures a little bit earlier, and seeing the picture from Thanksgiving last year and seeing the picture from Skyline or even the Redskins game, those are the pictures that changed my life.
Yes.
When I saw those, like, it was like a wow moment for me. Absolutely a wow moment. And the reason that... And this year has, like I said, I'm an emotional eater. Okay,
sure.
This year has been emotional ups and downs, you know, month after month. But I'm at a mindset now that you have to do this for you. You know, if I don't do this now, my father has a lot of health issues. My family has a lot of health issues. And I don't want to get there.
Yeah.
I want to be 50 and retired and enjoying life and traveling. You know, I want to start traveling more today. I couldn't before in the past because I couldn't fit in an airplane seat.
Sure.
You know, like going out with friends. It got to the point that I was so heavy I couldn't fit in chairs. So I would, you know, get anxiety over meeting with friends, and I would turn it down because I'm like, it's embarrassing that, hey guys, can we not sit at that table? Can we go sit over there?
Yeah.
Or you know what? Now I can't even fit in a chair because, you know, some of them that have the little
the little
arms,
handles on the side. Yeah.
It's like I can't fit in those chairs, and it's uncomfortable. I'm sitting there, and then like all of a sudden my legs are going numb. You know?
Oh, I can't tell you how many times I've gone to like a restaurant and they'll, you know, the table for 2, 3, whoever, and it's like, oh, can we please have a table, not a booth? Like once you put it out there, like they know. And then you have that mental thing of, oh, God, now they're going to judge me. They're going to, you know what I mean? Like,
But you know what? I think that's something that when I was talking about you have to change your mindset is because as we continue to lose the weight, right, that's still going to be in us. Like, oh my God, you're going to look at a chair, you're going to be like, oh my God, am I going to be able to fit in that chair? It's like you sit there, you're like, I can fit in the chair. You know? Like I had that moment when I went to Cancun. When I was in that airplane seat. And before I even got on, I told my friend, I was like, hey, can you do me a favor? Can you ask for a seatbelt extender? Because I'm embarrassed to ask myself.
Sure.
We sit in the chair, and I was like, oh, wow, why is this comfortable? You know? And then I was like, going to close the seatbelt. I was like, I cannot believe I got my belt closed.
Yeah.
Not only did I get it closed, I was able to pull it out a little bit. And I haven't been able to do that in years. The last time I was able to do that was when I don't remember how old I was, but it was in, I want to say 2005. Yeah. 2006. I was small. I was very small. You know, that was the last time.
Yeah.
I don't travel because of it. You know, it's like I said, I avoid friends and going out because of it. And it's not just so much just the seat portion. It's life in general. You know, we live in a very judgmental society.
Oh, my God. Yeah. Are you kidding me?
It's like you might feel as beautiful can get, but you go out and everyone's going to look at you and judge you. You know?
I think
I feel I feel everybody's eyes on me when I enter a room.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel good.
No, I know what you mean. I think that half of this journey, the battle is learning to, number one, love yourself.
Yes.
And number two, not give a damn what other people think.
Yes.
And you know, it's not always going to work. Like, you know, as much as you go and you slowly take that power away out of your mind of other people thinking, you're thinking of what they're thinking, you're still going to have days where you're going to be worried about what they're thinking. Yeah. I, for years, have been trying to get out of that mindset of just not caring.
Yeah.
You know, I just a perfect example at the gym now when I'm on the stairs. Sometimes I'll hear that right song and I'll start dancing on the stairs. I don't care. Look at me, judge me, laugh at me. Let's talk. You know, let's talk about what I'm doing. And if you're just spectating, you know,
well,
whatever.
That's because you've learned that you're doing this for you. What you are doing is benefiting you. You know, whether you're dancing, it's making you happy. Who cares what everybody else says? Who cares that they're depressed and, you know, they want to waste their time judging you?
Exactly.
Who cares? You're happy. You're having a good time.
Yeah.
And you're on the steps and you're doing what you need to do to get healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're absolutely right. I agree. And it's all mindset of who cares? Like, you need to get in that mindset of who cares? It's all about me. It's all about me taking care of me. And really, 32 years of being overweight, 32 years of putting everybody else first in my life, and I still do today. You know, it's like I'll put other people's happiness in front of my own, and those are the days that I struggle.
Yes.
Those are the days that, why should me putting you first stress me out to the point that I am not taking care of myself today? Yeah.
You've got to...
Is it worth it?
No, you got to take care of you.
Exactly.
You
have
think
to. It's not worth it, right?
And I have that struggle in my mind. It's like when I tell myself I need to take care of me, but then there's that thought in my mind of now I'm being selfish, you know? And this goes back to my biggest problem that I post about a lot on Instagram, and that is our minds are the one enemy of us. They get in our way so often, whether it's that very thing of wanting to take care of ourselves but feeling guilty because we feel selfish, or letting the scale have too much power.
Yes.
Like when we get hung up on this number, I cannot tell you how many times I go online and I post about, don't give that scale so much power. My mindset has always been your goal weight. Think about that number. Because some people don't have a goal weight, and that's fine. I have a goal weight, 185. That's the only number I care about. Mm-hmm. Now, I have an app, and I track the weight every week, but I set that number and I forget it. Because you know what? That number, 9 times out of 10, changes every week. Why get hung up on a number that's going to be different the next week, or likely different? Right. You should be only hung up on the goal number.
Right.
And I think that we give the scale so much power to our mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm so glad we're actually talking about this, because I am doing No Scale November. Right.
Great.
I decided that this
You're so
month,
brave.
Yeah, it is, because it's the number one tool that, like, keeps me accountable, you know, and I decided that for this month, I'm not going to do it. And I kind of want to gauge myself and see, like, how strong am I really mentally right now to be able to, continue on this journey without depending on the number on the scale.
Yes.
And I have posted where I've gained weight some weeks, and I go to a clinic in Tyson's Corner, and I get weighed there and measured weekly, and they track everything, your lean body mass, your body percentage, like all of that. And I love doing that, because a lot of times we step on the scale and we're like, oh my God, we gained 5 pounds.
Yes.
What we don't realize, and what my coach has taught me and the numbers have proven to me, is that those 5 pounds, 4.5 of it is water weight.
Yes.
Oh
my God.
So,
yes.
Or like all of it could be water weight. And then the following week, it's like I'm dropping 7 pounds. Like, oh my God, this is so awesome. I just dropped 7 pounds. So you're right. Like, we can't allow the scale to define us. And that's kind of why I've chosen to do the No Scale November. Don't get me wrong. I feel lost. Yeah. There's some days I'm like, oh my God, what am I doing? Am I doing this right? Am I not doing it?
Yes.
I still feel comfortable. My clothes aren't getting tighter. So I think I'm doing the right thing. But I will be honest and say that there have been days this month that I've struggled with making the right choices.
Okay.
Because I feel like, well, I'm not stepping on the scale, so is it okay if I have like this?
Yeah.
Is it okay? And I have to have a conversation with myself. It's okay. You can have it, right?
Right.
But you know what you're going to have to do? Your 10,000 daily goals, you're going to have to now make 15,000. Are you going to walk 15,000 steps today?
Yeah.
And then are you going to be willing to give up dinner because you chose to have this today?
Yeah.
So I think I'm learning to kind of compromise. It's like, if I want to have a bad day, if I want to have a cheat, and I don't do cheat meals, because what happens with me and my cheat meals is, and this is from past experiences, it's kind of like a mental thing, a mind thing, because I'll have a burger and I'm like, well, you just had a burger. Why don't we just get Taco Bell for dinner? It's okay. We'll start again tomorrow. That's why I try my best not to get in that habit of giving myself like a full cheat meal of like burger and french fries and a shake, because I know that burger, french fry, shake is going to lead to like pizza for dinner. And then, it's like ice cream and stuff. So what I will do is if my friends are having cookies and like brownies or cake, like I'll say, can I just have a piece of that? Like, I'll take like a piece, and that's my cheat.
Understood.
I'll do that and I'll walk away. But the scale does not define you. And that's the number one thing that everybody needs to learn and understand. And unfortunately, sometimes it's a little bit difficult to do. And that's why I also do my measurements, because the measurements are true. Like, that's what's really showing me as far as if I am losing weight or not.
Yeah. I try to think of it like, in weeks past where maybe I've maintained or gained or whatever. I see people online all the time that say, OMG, I gained 0.5. My week is ruined.
Yeah.
Like, and no disrespect to them, because we're all on a different journey. We all handle things differently.
I've been there. I mean, we've all been there. Right?
I don't mean to say it in like a mean or rude way, but like really like just think about all the progress you've had. I posted a picture, I don't know, a month or two ago, and if Instagram had like a pinned photo like Twitter or something like that had, I would pin this photo at the top. And it was a photo of my progress, and you could see the graph, and it was just like going down, the big picture. Yeah. I think so often we get lost on the big picture. We think, oh, this little tick right here is more important than the big picture.
Right.
And we think, oh my God, I gained half a pound, I gained 1 pound, my week is ruined, my month is ruined.
Right.
And then we forget about, number one, the big picture, but also number two, how we feel. Mm-hmm. Like going to concerts, if you follow my Instagram, you or anybody listening, I go to concerts all the time. Right. Being able to go and buy T-shirts, because before they didn't have my size, and fitting comfortably, being able to, like you said, be in an airplane seat. I went to Vegas, I was able to fit in the seat no problem. All these things. So different ways that clothes feel, getting on airplane seats, just sitting in my car for long periods of time. Now, I was in the car for 2 hours last night. Didn't bother me one bit. Standing on the floor in the concert hall didn't bother me one bit. These are things that used to bug me. So I would say to anybody, if you're struggling with that weight thing, just think about how much has changed in the months or year that you've been doing this, and think about how you feel. Because it's not always how you look, and it's not always the number. It's how you feel on the inside. And when you're putting in that shirt that you used to not fit in, and you're able to sit here where you didn't used to fit, there's so much more power in that.
You have to celebrate your successes.
Oh, my God, yes.
And, like we talked about, it's all mindset. It's all in your mind, So you could sit there and you could cry over that 0.5 gain, but what are you going to do? It's 0.5, and it's okay. Like you said, you've lost, like, let's say 30 pounds.
Oh, my God,
So let that 0.5 be your true motivator, that I'm not going to do that again. You know, I'm going to push so much harder. It could be water weight, we just discussed that, but it's like, let that be your motivator to push even harder. We all have that end number.
My God, yeah.
Don't take your sight off of that end number.
Yes.
And do any and everything that you can to get yourself there.
Eye on the prize.
Exactly.
And just like to your point that you've put out so well, it's like, look at the old pictures. Mm-hmm. There was a week or two ago on Instagram where I posted it, and I want to get on Instagram as a whole here very shortly, but I posted like a lot of times I post topless photos. I joke. I'd say topless photos on the internet. But there was this photo, I don't know if you saw it, where I had like a red, white, and blue bathing suit, and the guts just rolled over. I mean, I found the most disgusting photo that I would think of myself and posted it, because I think that can be a true motivator, because I know that deep down I don't look like that anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So to your point, looking at the old photos, there's so much power in that, especially on a day where you've gained half a pound, 1 pound that could be water weight, like you said.
Right.
So.
And, anybody who's on this journey, there are so many people out there who are doing what they're doing, and I'm so proud of every single person, because we all know that it's not easy to be on a journey, period, whatever journey it is, weight loss, or some are trying to quit smoking or drinking, anything. It doesn't matter what your journey is, but it's hard anyways. And then when you put yourself out there for the world to see, that, like, really, that deserves an applause. It's like high five to everyone out there that is on Instagram and doing what you're doing, because it is not easy. I will never forget the day that I posted my first post.
Let's talk about that.
My first post, like I hit the send button and like going active, like shaking, because I was just like, I cannot believe that I just did that.
Now, was your account, did you create it specifically for this purpose, or did you have it prior to this?
I had Instagram prior to my weight loss journey. It was just for my family.
But like a different account or something is what you're saying. Okay,
it was
so
separate.
You created a brand new account for this purpose.
Exactly. So, and in addition to that, I have a blog that I actually have, and I do Facebook as well.
Yes.
So Facebook is primarily friends and family who have known me, and Instagram. Every day that I go on Instagram and I see the number of new followers, these total strangers who I don't even know, motivating me and, like supporting me
Right.
On every post. Even you, Gary. Like, I remember you, and when you first started, like, sending me messages, I was like, the amount of support this guy is giving me, and he's, like, acknowledging, like, all of my successes, that's amazing. You know, and that's what keeps me going.
I just pay it forward, Sheila. Like, this is the thing that I want everybody to take away, because it's not about how many followers you gain. It's not about this and that. It's about the value that you can give to other people. So much so, because I had people off of Instagram in real life that have given me so much value as I started, that I wanted to make it. I wanted to take that and just double, triple, quadruple it on a public scale. And the amount of time I spend in a day, this might blow a lot of people's mind. I don't put it out there, but because we're talking about it, I'm going to put it out there. I spend at least 1 to 2 hours a day reaching out to complete strangers on the internet.
Yes.
And sending them similar messages like you would get or anybody else would get.
Yes.
And I just want to let them know that there is a way that they can do it, that they don't need all this, they don't need to buy all this crap.
No.
They don't need, they just need to believe in themselves.
Yes.
Patience, consistency, hard work, and loving yourself. That's all you need. If you got those 4 pillars, you're good to go.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
So, getting on Instagram, you got on there.
Yes.
And how did you start? I mean, how did you start to get to meet people and some of the reaction that you were seeing as you were starting to really ramp up with it?
I do exactly what you said. Okay. It's like I will go on there, and I used to, before I even started my own journey, there are so many people that I've followed for years, and their successes year after year has like motivated me, but I've always, kept starting and falling off. But when I started my own journey, I would do, just as you said, look up weight loss.
Yep.
Okay, I would type in the hashtag weight loss.
Yes.
And then I would go on everybody's posts, see their before and after. Even those who are just starting, it's like you still see like the smallest like difference in their photos, their before and afters, and I just say, good job. Good job. You're doing it, because I know how hard it is.
Oh my God,
I've dealt with this my whole entire life, because if I go on there and if I am telling you that, wow, you're doing amazing, that's me. That's me telling you that I'm very proud of you and you're doing amazing. I'm not on there just to send you a message. Right. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to truly, I posted yesterday, and on my post I said, I want you to reach out to me if you're having a hard time. Let me be there to support you. I'm not trying to sell anything to anybody. I'm with you with that. I want to help people just like others have helped me, and that's the only reason why I'm doing what I'm doing on Instagram. Every day is not easy. Like you said, sometimes we have that photo, you're like, do I really want to post this? Should I really post this? But it's like, I'm going to do it anyways. It's okay. That was my before. This is me today. And you know what? 6 months or a year from now, I'm going to have another photo that's even going to be better than what I posted today.
It's going to blow you away.
Exactly.
It's going to blow other people away.
Exactly.
I tell people all the time, I'm like, if you need me, I'm just a DM away. Like, honestly. There are people that sell this time. They're like, hey, call me on the phone, or, you can email me for a fee, for an hourly fee. Like, the hell with all that noise.
Right.
Like, if you need me, I'm here. Like, you can see, and I've had people where I've shared my story, and they're like, you're full of crap. Like, I'm like, no, go on my Instagram. It's public. Like, every workout I do is posted. Like, you can see a running tab of my entire journey right there.
Right.
And so I just tell people that if they need motivation, inspiration, if they're having a bad day, like you're saying, just hit me up. Right. I'm a DM away. Like, that's how I feel about it, and I offer up my time like that, because I just want to, like you, reach out to as many people as possible and help them. It's not,
just being overweight myself. I've always said that even after I lose all my weight and I reach my goal weight, I will never forget where I started.
Yeah.
I will never forget the past 30, however many years of my life, and the struggles that I've gone through every day. So there are a lot of coaches that reach out to me. Hey, let me coach you. Hey, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
Or like, hey, it's like, you can make money doing this. I don't want to. I don't want to just, I don't want to take your money and say, I promise that I can help you and lose weight. No, because it's not who I am. It's not what I'm into. It's like, I want you to reach out to me comfortably knowing that you're reaching out to a friend who struggles herself every day, you know, a friend who has made progress over the past few months, you know, but I still have my daily struggles. So I'm going to motivate you. But you know what? One day I might say, Gary, I'm having a hard day.
Yeah.
I had a piece of brownie and I'm just like, I'm dying right now.
Yeah.
You know, I need you to then kick back. And I do this with a lot of people.
Yeah.
There are some friends that I have on Instagram that I've met through Instagram who keep me accountable. You know, I post my weekly goals.
Yes.
Right? You've probably seen that.
Yep.
And I had a few friends that have reached out to me and they do the same.
No kidding.
They now send me pictures of their weekly goals. I'll check in with them. They check in with me.
Yeah.
Like, hey, what are you doing? This is what I've done. And last week, I had to have a talk with someone. I'm struggling. You know, I'm having a very tough week. And you know what she did? She gave me so much, like, strength and power through her words that got me to, like, get right back on track. Like, you're going to keep going.
Exactly.
That's it. There is no giving up. You have no room for giving up anyone. That's what I say, because I'm getting older. The pain is on. You have to get this weight off.
Your life depends on it ultimately.
It does, absolutely.
I'm blown away at the community, the amount of support that I get. And for the record, I mean, you're absolutely right. You know, it's like we can send each other messages with motivation. We've never sent one another an invoice for the time. We've never charged one another. Like, there's just no reason for that. Like,
there isn't.
I'm all about just a community and reaching out to people and, you know, just sending random messages.
You know, since I've gone live online, I have an unbelievable amount of passion for what I'm doing.
Yes.
You know, this isn't just a journey of lose your weight, but I'm so passionate about what I'm doing that I spend my free time researching. You know, what is magnesium? Why do we need magnesium? You know, or like, why is it important that our vitamin D levels are here? And, you know, I have a lot of friends that are doctors. I'll pick their brains, but I want to know now. Like, I didn't care in the past. Who cares, you know? But now, because I can impact other people, I can, you know, I'm not a doctor. I always like disclose that if I, you know, I've had a post about magnesium not too long ago, but this is what my research has found.
Yes.
I wouldn't have wasted my time researching in the past.
Exactly.
But it's important because I'm passionate about it now, and I want to help other people just like others have helped me, and I think it's important to invest your time where it's really needed.
Oh, my God, yeah.
You know?
I'm with you on that.
Anybody could go on Facebook and just scroll just because, you know, you want to see that cat video or whatever. But now I'm just like, you know, I'm spending my time like, and I'm not going on WebMD. WebMD always tells me I have cancer, right? And you're dying.
I think Googling gets us in trouble more often than not.
Exactly.
Especially in the weight loss world, there's so much misinformation. It's like, you need this pill, you need this wrap, you need this shake, whatever. You don't. You're doing your journey completely all natural, correct? I mean, that's the same thing I'm doing. And if you don't believe us, folks, like if you don't believe Sheila and I, go look up what's her name, Lexi, Fat Girl Fed Up.
Fat Girl Fed Up.
She's crushing it.
Lexi has done awesome.
Natural.
Yes.
All natural. There's a lot of other people that are doing it natural. There's another guy, Maynard, that big guy, 700.
Yes.
And if you follow him, he's lost like over 200 pounds already.
Yes.
So there is a way to do it in a natural way. And that's not to say that the surgeries or any of these other, everybody's got their own different path.
Right.
Maybe you need that surgery. I'm not here to judge anybody. But I'm just saying, for those of you that don't want to go that route, maybe you want to go the natural route, but you don't believe that you can do it.
Right.
You can do it.
It's possible. It's absolutely possible. And, you know, it's funny that you brought up the surgery because my doctors in the past have told me that there is no way you're going to lose this weight. You have to have the surgery. My doctors have told me that, right?
Right.
I have a fear. About surgery, you know.
What do they want you to get? Because there's so many different types.
I think that I don't know. You know, honestly, I've never really spent time to research weight loss surgery because it's something that I've never had an interest of doing because I'm afraid that if I go under anesthesia, I'm not waking up.
Well, here's the other thing too, Sheila. It's like they told you they flat out said, Sheila, you're not going to lose this weight. Oh. Just watch.
Yeah, you're not strong enough.
Yeah.
That's what they're telling me, that you're not strong enough.
And I've got it right here online.
Going to. Exactly. But the thing is that a lot of my friends have had the weight loss surgery.
Okay.
You know, I know people who have had it. And if you don't change your mind, that surgery is not going to help you.
Right.
You cannot have the surgery and still have that cake and chocolate and pasta or like carbs. It's not going to help you.
No. My ex-wife had surgery. She went through it. I think she decided that she needed to have it. And one of the last times we spoke, she was telling me about how, her and her new husband would go and like get a steak, for instance, and she could have like a piece of it. And
right.
That was about it. Like your stomach becomes so small that you can only have so much.
Right. That's true. But like I have a friend who has lost a lot of weight, and she's just amazing. She's doing, she's done great, and she needed to do it.
Yes.
It was like it's like you either do this or you're going to die, you know? She still has to work hard every day with making the right food decisions.
Of course.
Okay. And working out to maintain it and keep the weight off, because she's had times where she's gained the weight.
Sure.
And it's like, but she works hard and she has to keep it down. It's not a free ticket.
No, it's definitely
not. It's a ticket that helps you. All right.
It's not a shortcut, most importantly.
It's not.
Because I think a lot of people that go through that, and I've talked to people that have had the surgery, and they feel like, sometimes they feel like, oh, it's a shortcut or whatever. It's really not. Like, you're not taking a shortcut. It's just the path that you had to go down.
Right.
And so now you still got to put in the hard work.
Right.
And if you put in the hard work, you will win.
It's almost like, like let's say you're diabetic, right?
Yeah.
Your kidneys shut down. You get a new kidney. If you're doing the same thing, this one's going to shut down too, right?
Of course.
You have to learn. You have to teach yourself
right.
the importance of life and the decisions and the choices that you make daily.
Yes.
Our choices are what does whatever it does to us. Whatever choice it may be that you're making.
100%.
And if you and I, we're naturally losing this weight,
yes.
right? If we both lose 200 pounds, let's say, or however much that you're losing, even 50 pounds.
187 is my number.
Like if you're losing that, right?
Yes.
And then once you get to 187 and you're like, I reached my goal, like
yes.
high five, right? Now I can have all the pizza that I want and go and get this. And where are you going to be again?
You're going to be right back where you are. 72 pounds.
Exactly.
So with the natural weight loss, let's talk about what are you doing? What is your current fitness plan, and how are you eating?
So I am on a low keto diet. Okay. So that's what I do, and I'm also on a program that's Ideal Protein. All right. So Ideal Protein is the idea of a low keto. I do it a little bit different, though. I started the program more of an assistant to start, to take off. And then, because I had lost 60 pounds 4 years ago on the protocol, and then I ended up gaining 100 pounds back. Okay. So when I started again, I started on Ideal Protein, and I still go to their clinic, but I'm not 100% on that. What I do is I try to do my own variation of ketosis, because I'm not an all bacon, all meat, all eggs type of girl. I try to balance my meals out. I will have primarily protein, but I try to have healthier and leaner proteins like fish or chicken, and then I will have meat as well. It's not that I don't. I love meat. I love that steak, but portion control. I've taught myself portion control, because whatever diet that you're on, if you don't control your portions, it's not going to help you.
Right.
So I could sit and eat a whole pile of bacon, but now what am I dealing with? I'm not getting carbs in, but now I've got all this cholesterol and sodium that my body doesn't need. So it's you still won't feel good. I focus primarily on having a minimum of 4 to 5 cups of vegetables a day. Okay. And then I will have about 8 to 15 max ounces of protein.
Okay.
I drink tea.
Yes.
Okay.
Tea is good. I like tea.
If I have coffee, I choose to have decaffeinated coffee. That only happens once in a while. I don't drink coffee much.
Yeah.
And then water.
How much water are you drinking in a day?
I try to hit a minimum of 100 ounces a day.
Go, girl.
But I have hit up to 160 ounces a day
High
before.
Five.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's hard. Water, I think, is the hardest thing. And whenever I do a diet, I try to have spice. I don't do too well with spicy food.
Okay.
But I always try to add a little bit of hot sauce, because the hot sauce makes me want to drink more water.
And so, what is it for you with the water? Is it just you don't like the flavor? Is it too bland for you? Or what is it about the hang up that could be with the water?
I will tell you, I used to be addicted to Diet Coke.
Okay.
And my only addiction to Diet Coke was because of that sweetness.
Okay.
I feel that now that I'm on ketosis, it wasn't, sometimes I just don't get thirsty. And I'm not, I have to force myself to to drink water. I just don't get thirsty. I don't do too well with flavored water.
Okay,
I'm an all-natural, like, water kind of girl. Yeah. Like, I like water. It's fine. Very cold water. I can't do room temperature.
Yeah. I don't know if your office has, like, my office, we're so blessed. We have this gigantic ice machine.
Yes.
Big scooper. And then like a filtered water machine, you hit the button and it just drops down in your cup.
Yeah, and as silly as this sounds, we have a nice setup as work as well, and they actually they provide us with bottled water and like soda. Okay. They give us everything, right? But I will purposely go and buy like super, super large bottles from like 7-Eleven or wherever. I'll just stop and get big bottles for myself because I'm like, this is your goal. You have until like, let's say 2 o'clock.
Right.
You need to get like 60 ounces gone by 2 o'clock.
I love it.
It's like now you have to get another one done by the time. And I always have a big bottle of water by my bed throughout the night. Like I'll wake up and I'm drinking. So
I love it.
Yeah. So I drink a lot of fluids. And then other than that, like as far as fitness goes, we were talking a little bit earlier, I'm like, you motivate me so much when you're in the gym. I'm like, I need to go join Planet Fitness and I need to get on that.
People think I'm a lunatic sometimes.
Yeah, I work in Fairfax and I would go to Export Fitness there, and I had a great trainer like Akia. She was so wonderful and she helped me so much. Working out with her was a lot of fun, but I had to stop for a little bit because I found that I was working out so much that I was hungry. I couldn't get a control over my diet. So I was just eating any and everything. I wasn't losing the weight. I was feeling great because of the amount of exercise I was getting, but I was not losing the weight. So I miss her. I can't wait to get back. But, I have a goal that I have to lose X number of pounds before I get back in the gym and work that hard again. But I walk.
Okay,
I do a lot of walking.
That's great.
I was telling you earlier, I have my gym bag right behind me at work. I will force myself to get up and walk around the office, round and round, or I will force myself to get up in the gym and just go walk. I'll lift weights a little bit here and there as well.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I want to focus more about. I know that cardio is important. I think we all know that. But at the same time, some of us tend to fail to realize like how much weightlifting actually helps us.
Oh my God.
So I try to, anytime I do go to the gym and I work out, I do try to use weights. At home, I'll do exercises as well, like Windsor Pilates. I'll do that, like the buns and thighs. It hurts. If you haven't tried it, you have to try it. So many guys can't even get through it. So word up to all the girls who can.
There you go.
But I also do Power 90. Not Power 90, not P90X or any of the other fancy stuff, but just like the original I still have. And because it's still hard. I'm still heavier and I am trying, I do move. But at the same time, like I said, I've gotten older and I'm, but the body's starting to hurt a little bit.
Yeah,
so,
I understand.
Every day I get stronger.
Right.
All right. So if I don't walk for a week, like I feel it when I do start walking in. And that's why I like to every day. This Fitbit is so awesome. And I actually did a poll yesterday. I think I'm going to get an Apple Watch since everyone voted for the Apple Watch. There you go. You got one
Apple
too.
Watch.
Right. So this gets me moving. It's a challenge with myself. Like I add people on Fitbit, like we do weekly challenges. I always lose, and it's fine, because they're talking about super fit people I'm going up against. But it's a challenge with me. It's like you have to get up, you have to go. I'm so addicted to this now.
Let me know if you do end up getting it, because there's a way where you can connect with people on this as well. And in the activity app, you can see other people's rings for the day and if they've closed them.
Oh, okay.
So it might be a good little motivator, if you have several friends that have the watch. Like I know my mother, she has the watch, and I can see if she's closing her rings every day.
Oh, yeah. I actually remember you talking about that.
Yeah.
That's
so,
long ago. Cool.
So that's something to keep in mind. Something else I'll throw out there, if you're interested in, and actually to anybody, because what the hell, right?
Yeah.
I have what's called a black card with Planet Fitness. It's on one end, it's so that you can go into any Planet Fitness in the country. On the other end, though, you can bring a guest. So if you ever get the itch and you want to come work out with me, or if anybody listening for that matter that's not in this area, if you're traveling through the area, or if I'm traveling in your area and you want to go work out, you can be my guest, because I can bring in a guest for free anytime I want. So if anybody wants to work out with me, let's do it.
I'll have to take you up on that offer and get on those steps. I'll probably pass out by the time I hit 50 steps, because you go up to 200, right?
200 floors
on
average.
Yeah.
Yeah.
200 floors.
It's crazy.
That's awesome.
I was joking with Ken from Fat Boy Shrink, and he was commenting on one of my stories where I posted about the 200 floors. He's like, dude, that's like Empire State Building, or like 2 of them. I'm like, dude, no kidding. If they let me like climb their stairs, I would do it.
Yeah.
Like, I want to like maybe reach out to their PR people and say, hey, do you allow the public onto your stairs? Because I do this on the Stairmaster. I'd like to do it like in your actual building. What the hell, right? Like,
when I was younger, I think I was maybe 7 years old, we went to New York. Okay. And it was my family and my uncle and my cousin and his wife, and we all went to the Statue of Liberty.
Okay,
and I'll never forget, there's a lot. Have you ever been to Statue of Liberty?
That's one place I've never been.
Oh my God, Gary, you have to go. There are a lot of stairs.
I know.
Okay, there are a lot of steps to get all the way up to her crown.
So you actually can go in there. I never knew that.
Well, you used to, so I don't know if you can today. I'm sure that you can. But I, at 7 years old, walked every single step with my cousin, my uncle, and my dad, and we went all the way up to the crown. And even till this day,
that's awesome.
Years later, I brag about it because it's hard.
Do you know how many floors that is? Like, if you had to take a rough guess, is like 40 floors, 60 floors?
I really don't know. I haven't looked into it, and like I said, it was years ago. It was a lot of steps, though, but just getting up there was like the coolest view, so maybe you should try that.
Oh, I will. If
the Empire State doesn't let you, then maybe the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, no, that's one place I haven't been in New York. I've been up there a couple of times with the wife or with friends, and I love New York. I love the vibe up there. I just, some people, they don't like it. I love it up there, but that's one place I never have been. That, and I want to go in the new Freedom Tower and go to the top of that, because I never got to go to the old World Trade Center as a kid, because I didn't go to New York for the first time until like 2010.
Oh, wow, yeah.
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You should definitely get in touch with them and see if they'll let you do that. It'll be such a fun challenge.
I would love to figure that out and then document it.
And to document it, that would be so much fun.
Definitely.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you got to do that. Okay. Keep us updated on that.
I will. So one thing I do kind of in the tail end of the podcast is I ask the person, where do they see themselves in 1 year, or even in the future, 2-3 years? What is the goals from this point forward? Because obviously you're already doing a great job.
Thank
you.
I
mean, look at you. You look great. You're crushing it. Keep going. But when you look 1 year, 3-5 years down the line, where's Sheila at? What's Sheila doing?
I see myself happy. I've been posting about that little fashionista in me lately, because she's in there. She's dying to get out. Every fall I'm like, I want this. I want these boots. I want that. And, years down the road, I just really quick, I got my degree in tourism and events management from George Mason University.
Nice.
And events is something that I've always wanted to do.
Okay. Like planning your own events.
Well, planning, yes. I'm great at planning events, but I want to do fashion shows. I want that's what I want, and that's the goal that I'm trying to reach. I want to be somewhere doing events, feeling great. It's like, I know that I'm going to lose this weight. I know that my mind is set and I'm in the right path and I'm going to get there. Now,
there is no if I lose the weight, it's when I lose the weight.
Yes, I will definitely do it. How long is it going to take me to get to reach my goal weight? I don't know. But what I do know is that I'm not planning on giving up, this time around, and I'm not going to.
I'm going to be in your DMs if you think about quitting.
Right. So I plan on at least being 100 pounds less than what I am today by this time next year.
Yes.
And in 5 years, I just hope that I continue. I never forget where I started.
Yes.
And I just continue, after I lose the weight. And one thing that I've always wanted is to get some sort of education in nutrition and fitness, because I want to help other people. Just being overweight myself is my thing is I want to give back. When I 100%. Reach my goal, I want to give back, and I want to help other people. And, I know that I'm already doing that through Instagram, and I never want to stop doing that.
Yes.
So it's really what I...
Speaking of which, I feel like a lot of the people that I communicate with probably already follow you, but if they don't, where do they find you?
On Instagram, it's Sheila, Jan. It's Sheila John 143.
Okay.
And on Facebook, it's Sheila. Sheila loses it.
Okay.
So I'm on Facebook and I'm on Instagram both.
Love it.
Yeah.
I have had such a blast talking with you in this last
meeting you.
near hour. We've gone almost an hour.
Really?
Can you believe
Wow.
that?
Yeah.
Let me see. 54 minutes.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, like I said, it's fun. It's a passion. So I love talking about it now, and I love sharing my story. And thank you to everybody out there who motivates me every day. Thank you for all of the messages. Like, every single message you send me, when I'm replying thank you, it's not just like oh, hey, thanks. You know, it's like, truly, I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for listening to my story. Thank you so much for caring daily about, like, what is Sheila doing today? You know, there have been people who have told me that they look forward to my posts.
Yes.
You know, and
I'm in that club.
Thank you. And that means a lot, you know, and with you and everybody else out there, you guys motivate me so much. So don't stop what you're doing. You know, just keep going. Everybody's crushing it. You know, you're all crushing it in one way or another. And I love this community so much. I thank you because you guys are the reason that I have been successful. You are the reason that my mind has changed as much as it has. And, you know, when we all reach our goals, we need to have a huge party. Everybody get on a cruise ship, go out, have fun, do whatever, you know.
This is how much we're clicking right now, because I had in my mind, you mentioned you like to help plan events.
Yes.
I can't believe we're having this. We're having a moment right here. Okay, so like I feel like in the next, like before the end of next year, we need to like organize a meetup, like an Instagram meetup of all of our collective friends on Instagram. We'll find somewhere and let's all meet up and celebrate everybody just crushing it. Yes. You
Sounds
with me?
Good. I'm with you. High five to that. Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you so much. It was such a pleasure. I appreciate you allowing me to share my story. And, you know, anybody out there, if you need help, please reach out to me. Yes. You know, I'm here to motivate you. And in return, I ask that you motivate me. So if you guys don't hear from me, message me. What are you doing today? You're probably not doing something that you're supposed to be doing. So, you know, I wish everyone success. You know, I know that you guys can all do it. If you have down days, just take a moment, you know, just sit by yourself and have a talk with yourself. I have talks with myself. Like, I'm that crazy sometimes. Like, you know, and you need to do it.
Yes.
You need to do it, you know, because it's important. You've come very far. You know, like you said, let's look at the big picture. Let's not look at that small little 0.5 that's gotten in the way. You know, you are all going to have obstacles. Get through them, push through them, and just push harder on those days that you feel you're weakest, because it's going to show. Results will show.
Amen.
You know, it's exactly how it is. So
thank you so much, Sheila.
Thank you. This was so great. I appreciate it.
I had a blast.
Same here. Thank you so much.